Hi, today we're baking a great holiday treat, honey pecan and coconut pie. I'll show you how easy it is to substitute honey for corn syrup in this classic recipe. Honey can usually be substituted one for one. For example, my original pecan coconut pie recipe calls for 1/2 cup corn syrup, so I will substitute 1/2 cup honey, Burleson's honey that is, for the corn syrup. Before we begin, let's preheat the oven to 375 degrees. Next, we'll stir together the filling. First, we'll measure the honey. When measuring honey, I like to spray a liquid measuring cup with cooking spray. This helps the honey slide right out, plus cleanup will be easier too. In this recipe, we need 1/2 cup of Burleson's honey. Now we'll pour the honey into the mixing bowl. And then we'll add 1 cup of chopped pecans, 2/3 cup of old-fashioned oats, 2/3 cup of granulated sugar, 2/3 cup of flaked coconut, and 2 large eggs. And finally, we'll add 2/3 cup of melted butter, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Next, we'll stir to combine. Now we'll set this aside. It's time to prepare the pie crust. You can make it easy with a refrigerated pie crust. We'll take the pie crust out of the package and unroll it on a lightly floured pastry board. First, we'll roll this pie crust into a 10-inch circle. Unrolling it first, putting a little bit of flour over the top, and then we'll roll it out, rolling from the center out. Just want to flatten it. Then we'll lift it up and place it in a 9-inch pie plate. Once you have the pie crust in the pie plate, you want to press it down into the bottom of the plate. Then we'll fold the top 1/2 inch or so of the dough under to make a nice smooth edge. And this is preparing us to do some decorating on top. The next thing we'll do is crimp the edges, and I'm going to use a simple method where you just use your thumb in between your forefinger and your other thumb to create a decorative fashion like this. Now we'll pour the honey mixture into the pie crust. Doesn't this look great? Did you know that Burleson's honey provides a wide array of nutrients in trace amounts? Plus, honey also provides needed antioxidants, so you can feel good about cooking and baking with honey. Next, we're ready to bake this pie. We'll place it on the lowest rack in the oven and we'll bake for 15 minutes at 375. Then we'll reduce the oven temperature to 325 degrees and continue baking another 20 to 25 minutes until the center is nearly set. While that pie is baking, I've got a great holiday idea to show you. Now, I've already placed another pie crust into a more decorative pie plate. We're going to use a little pizza cutter to actually trim the edges around this pie. And we're preparing it for a very special treatment on top. Okay, we'll set that aside, and then in your package of refrigerated pie crust, there's usually 2 pie crust. So the other one we've rolled out. We'll cut out little heart shapes to place around the edge of the pie. And it will take almost this whole crust, believe it or not, to make enough hearts to go around this edge of the pie. But it really dresses up the pie and makes people know that you've put a lot of love into your baking. It's a good way to show people that you care about them. Okay, so let me just show you. Once you've done that, we'll take a little water and just brush that on the edge of the pie crust to create like a paste so that the new crusts stick to it. And then we'll just begin to place the hearts on top to make this decorative finish to the pie. Once this is done, then we would go back to the other recipe and put that coconut pecan pie filling with that special Burleson's honey in it, and fill it and bake it just the same as you would a regular pie. And here's how the pies look after they're baked. The everyday pie and the special holiday pie. I'm sure your honey will love this pecan and coconut pie. I hope you'll make it soon.